Hi guys, welcome back to Toxic to Me. Aku Ivanna, aku dokter.
And ako Christiana, ako psychologist.
And today we're going to be talking about the signs of parasocial relationships.
Are you Team Selena or Team Hailey?
I like both, but I've grown to like Hailey kinda.
Same.
But I still love Selena,
Yeah.
but I like Hailey a lot.
Do you believe that Selena Gomez is like this figure that Hailey Bieber has been copying her entire life?
I think, this is my personal opinion. Please don't come for me, anyone. Hailey stans, Selena stans, don't come for me.
Yeah.
But what I think is, no. Not everything, at least. I know that there have been like a lot of things that Hailey is accused of copying Selena, but
Yeah.
I think some of them are coincidences. There are some things that are a bit fishy, I will admit,
Yeah.
but not everything I think is completely copied.
Yeah. Did you see the 7-part series on TikTok?
I did. That
was
was
crazy.
That was crazy. That was actually crazy.
That was actually insane.
You know, if it's actually true,
she's a genius.
she's a genius.
Honestly, I love Hailey.
She masterminded that whole
Yeah.
thing. Like, honestly, kudos to her.
Yeah.
Like, she a hustler, man.
Yeah. Have you heard Taylor Swift's song Masterminds?
Which one? Her song?
Yeah, her song Masterminds.
No, I haven't heard that one.
Basically, if it's true, it's Hailey Bieber's soundtrack. And honestly, either way, genius or congratulations. Although I do think Justin Bieber's the lucky one in that relationship.
He is. Like,
Hailey Bieber is
the way
perfect.
the way he treats her is not it.
Yeah.
Is not it.
She's perfect.
But basically, why did you ask that? Team Selena or Team Hailey?
I don't know, I'm just invested. I've been invested in this for like years.
Is it because, like, I think it just goes to prove a point, yeah? That, like, it started off as a little feud between, like, two celebrities. And even then, it wasn't, like, a big outright feud.
Yeah.
Mereka nggak berantem besar-besaran,
Yeah.
kan? Tapi, it was just a small thing. Tapi it became a global obsession. Kayak
Yeah.
semua orang ngomongin. Semua orang ada yang belain, ada yang hujat. Ada yang pick sides, ada yang Team Hailey,
Yeah.
Team Selena. Hence your question, right? Just now.
We don't know any of these
Oh,
people.
Nah, itu dia. Padahal kita
We don't know any of
nggak
these
ada yang
people.
kenal sama Selena or Hailey secara personal, right? Personally, we don't know any of them.
At all.
But yet we're so, like you said, you're so invested. Why is that?
That brings us
why-
to today's topic.
That brings us to today's topic.
Parasocial relationships.
Okay, so makanya people were taking sides like it was an actual
Yeah.
war, and they were defending these celebrities, membela seleb-seleb ini seakan-akan seleb ini tuh teman mereka sendiri, sahabat mereka sendiri,
Exactly.
right? Why is that? Like, what is the science behind that?
Well, I think the first thing we need to do is define parasocial relationships. So, parasocial relationships can be defined as one-sided bonds where a person feels intimately connected to someone who doesn't know they exist.
Oh.
So this
there's
can
a
be
lot of
celebrities, influencers, streamers, athletes, etc. So you develop this relationship in your head even though you've never met them or don't know them personally. They don't know anything about you, but you're like, you feel as though you have forged a
relationship with them.
relationship or connection, a special connection with them.
And biologically, that also makes sense because the brain doesn't fully, otak kita tuh nggak bisa secara penuh membedakan antara real life bonds and mediated ones.
Yeah.
So the same circuits, the same loyalty circuits fire up as if you were defending your own best friend. The same stress hormones naik, stress hormone yang sama tuh naik, and that's why we get so heated. People get so heated when they're talking about these celebrities or these figures that as if they were their own friend.
And this isn't like something new. This started in like, well, I think it started since a long time ago, but it was first like brought into today's like language. Is that what it's called? Lingo. In like the 1950s, because there was a research done where people were actually feeling like they had a personal connection with like TV hosts, radio show presenters, etc., etc. Like they felt as though they knew them,
That's
even
true.
though they did not.
Kayak with the case of misalnya Selena, mereka udah ngikutin dari zaman dia di Wizards of Waverly Place on Disney, right? And then she also, through her music, her health struggles, right? She had lupus and had to undergo harus transplant ginjal. So a lot of these fans, they built like an emotional connection towards her, right?
Although I don't think anything is quite as intense as the K-pop and Taylor Swift fans. The way
That is
that those fandoms like bully other people, and like they will like live and die literally
on that hill. Yeah.
And like the way that they'll go to war for someone.
Yeah, I think we see it a lot with BTS.
Yeah.
And we saw it a lot with what are other big names?
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So it's like, you know your idol's blood type. You know their height. You know, like, do you know those fan pages that have every piece of information about how tall they are, how much they weigh?
Yeah. What are their
like,
hobbies?
Yeah. What snacks they eat. Like, I don't know why I know this, but Selena Gomez is obsessed with pickles.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why I know that. And her favorite food's Mexican. That's why for Valentine's Day, Benny Blanco filled like an entire, what's it called, bathtub with queso and chips, which, yeah, anyway.
But I guess it goes to show that in today's time, zaman sekarang, it's so easy to have access on to all this information. Dengan beradanya social media kan, it provides 24/7 access
100%.
to knowledge about all these figures, right?
Yeah.
Kalau zaman dulu kan belum ada social media, mungkin what you see is on TV only or on the newspaper. But now it's with social media, it's so easy.
Yeah, and it's like your brain can't really, like you said earlier, differentiate between your actual close friends and people who just feel like close friends. Why does this feel real from like a doctor's perspective? What about all of this feels so real? Because my passion for Taylor Swift or Hailey Bieber or Selena Gomez, it feels real, even though I know it's not.
Well, that's because of one thing, oxytocin.
Which is?
Feel-good hormone.
Okay.
So what happens, oxytocin or the bonding hormone yang helps, like with moms who just gave birth when they breastfeed, ketika mengasihi, that's what they call, when they give breast milk, what happens is oxytocin is released in the mom's brain during that process.
Yeah.
And that's why mamanya tuh jadi sayang banget sama anaknya, sama bayinya.
Okay.
So that's what happens. The same thing, when you watch misalnya a Selena Gomez TV show or a Taylor Swift music video, the same thing happens. Oxytocin is released.
Yeah.
And it spikes up. And therefore, it makes you feel the same way as you would with a friend during a real conversation.
Yeah.
Like me talking to you, that will also release oxytocin. But besides oxytocin, there's also our favorite hormone. Dopamine, yes. So every time these celebrities post something or an update, fans wait for it. They refresh their feeds. Mereka nungguin gitu. Karena they want to know what's going on in these celebrities' lives because they already view these celebrities as their own friends, for lack of a better word, right?
Yeah.
That's why.
So it's like, do you remember a while back we were talking about attraction and people are like, oh, the most important, like one of the strongest predictors for attraction is self-disclosure, right? So it's also, I think celebrities do know this and they use it to their advantage a lot of the times. It's like the more you share with your fans, you're building that relationship. When they go on stage and they're like, I would like to thank you guys for everything you've done. So it's a parasocial relationship, but it's almost reinforced by the way that celebrities are trained to interact with the media as well.
Iya, benar. Kalau secara neurologis dilihat ketika orang ngeliat their favorite celebrity and things like that, do you know bagian apa dari otak yang menyala? It's the same regions as empathy and perspective taking regions.
Is it?
Yes. So that's why these people, orang-orang ini tuh mereka merasa empati, mereka ngerasa dekat dengan these celebrities because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really interesting actually. There's, I think, also mungkin biasanya kan kalau idola K-pop, mereka suka live streaming, terus nulis surat, terus sharing.
Yeah. There's also a lot of like fan meets, right?
Yeah.
Meet and greet and things like that. So the harsh truth of it is most likely celebrity ini after celeb ini after meet and greet, they're not gonna even remember who these people are, right? Right? Yes. Karena begitu banyak orang untuk ingat semuanya tuh kayaknya nggak mungkin deh.
Yeah.
And meet and greet kan the duration that is given allotted to these people is very short, like 5 minutes per person. And you're gonna remember that many people? I don't think that's possible, right?
I think it's less than
But dengan adanya meet and greet kayak gini, these fans atau penggemar-penggemar ini kan makin merasa dekat lagi sama these celebrities, right? They feel like they forged a bond. They feel like they forged a relationship when in actuality, it's probably not that way.
Because I feel like me and Taylor are on a first name basis. Because when I say Taylor, everyone knows I'm talking about Taylor Swift. Yes, I definitely do.
Like you are invested in all her theories, right?
I know
and
all the theories.
That's crazy.
And that's why everyone, like, as soon as she broke up with her ex-boyfriend, everyone's like, I hate Joe Alwyn. There's on the comments on his like Instagram or like TikToks
at least
about
he talks
him.
About Palestine.
Yeah, tapi on the TikToks about him,
that guy.
Semua komentarnya is like, they can never make me like you, Joe Alwyn.
But there was one that was like, they could never make me hate you, Joe Alwyn.
Yeah. Literally, we don't know this man.
There's two sides. There's the Joe haters and the Joe lovers.
Yeah, terus backupnya tuh informasi-informasinya karena he inspired the song Lover. Like, look at the songs.
He inspired London Boy.
And he wrote most of it.
Okay.
And if you listen to Folklore, he actually wrote the chorus of a lot of the songs. Like Betty, he started, like, that's why Folklore sounds so different.
Under a different name. I kind of like Joe Alwyn. I mean, like, I think he's kind of a dick, but also not.
On what basis?
I think Travis treats Taylor better than Joe ever did.
Taylor.
But objectively, as a human being, I think Joe is a good person.
But Taylor literally asked Joe that she didn't want to be in the spotlight. Basically, Reputation era. 2016, the whole world hated her. So she said, I'm done with the spotlight. I don't want to be in the spotlight. I don't want to be famous anymore. So he was there when no one cared. Like, do you know the saying
that's true. He was there when everybody hated her. So that's also something.
Do you know, like, the saying that Joe Alwyn dated Taylor Swift because he didn't know who Taylor Swift was, and Joe Alwyn and Taylor Swift broke up because he didn't know who Taylor Swift was.
Okay, I've heard that one.
Anyway, that proves a point.
That proves a point. That entire conversation just proved a point. Yeah. But I'm not done. Wait, I still want to talk about Joe Alwyn.
Ivanna, do you think semua parasocial relationships are bad?
I know that, like, some of my friends are K-pop stans. Like, they like K-pop, suka K-pop. And I found out from one of them that sometimes they have meet and greets that are very curated. Yang nggak bisa cuman dibeli tiketnya, nggak bisa ticket war only. You don't get the ticket to a meet and greet just by ticket war, like by paying in ticket war. You have to be selected by the team of the idols. Did you know that?
No,
How does
they even do that?
Dan itu dipilih berdasarkan apa tau nggak? As far as I know, tergantung kayak how many albums of theirs you've bought, how many concerts of theirs you've gone to. So the more concerts you've gone to or the more albums you've bought, the higher your chances are. Did you know that?
No, I did not know.
Yeah. And so that feeling, perasaan kayak, oh, gue dipilih nih. Does that not feed into parasocial relationships even more? I didn't know that. I only found out about that. Like, Taylor Swift inviting 20 of her closest fans to her house for a secret listening party. How do you not feel chosen by that?
When you're like the top 0.1% of like an artist in Spotify, you kind of feel proud too.
I'm 0.001% of Taylor Swift listeners.
Oh, wow.
I think you listen to only Taylor Swift.
Yeah, no, she was my top artist. Tapi kaya Joe banget. Like, my whole top 5 or top 10 yung end of year was all like Taylor Swift. It was quite embarrassing, actually.
It's not. You're a Swiftie.
Yeah.
My ex said I was a Swiftie, but a closeted one.
I think so too.
I think so too. Not as hardcore as Tiana.
No,
but
I'm still mad at her.
I used to be embarrassed to admit that I was a Swiftie.
Why?
Because there was a period where everyone was like, ew, you're a Swiftie, you're basic.
There was also a period of, ew, everyone hates Justin Bieber.
Oh, I was never a believer.
And
I say that and know the lyrics to every one of his songs.
Yeah.
I think also another aspect to add on to parasocial relationships itu self-disclosure and vulnerability. Contohnya Selena Gomez. Dia begitu transparan kan tentang her health struggles, going through lupus, transplantasi ginjal, things like that. I think when you're open and when you're that vulnerable with people, it builds trust.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think itu balik lagi, it feeds more into parasocial relationships.
Nah, tapi like you said, Kan, it's basically a constructed relationship based on very minimal details. Apa berarti parasocial relationships itu sesuatu yang buruk? Are they bad for you?
Menurut gue, I don't think all parasocial relationships are bad.
Why?
Because sometimes it reduces loneliness.
Okay.
Contohnya, a fan who's going through a breakup, let's say, and she listens to one of Taylor Swift's songs or her albums, and they feel like, oh, this person understands me.
Yeah.
I'm not the only one on this earth who is going through this.
Yeah.
There are others who have gone through this and have survived and are okay, and I will be too.
Yeah.
I think that's a good thing, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And then kalau secara biologis juga ya, kalau
Yeah.
mendengarkan, mendengarkan artis favorit, things like that, it can reduce cortisol, menurunkan tekanan darah juga, and it steadies the heart rate also.
Really?
It does. So it's literally calming down the nervous system.
That's crazy. I actually did not know that.
Pas dia konser di
Yeah.
Singapura, kayak everybody was making bracelets, right?
Yeah, in every single concert. That's how, fun fact. You know how Travis Kelce ended up dating Taylor Swift?
He made a friendship bracelet for her,
With his
but he
number
never got
on
to
it.
give it to her, right?
With his number on it.
Man,
He went to that
Mine's was-
stadium with a dream. But you know, it's basically karena.
mine's got Riz.
Yeah, exactly. It's basically he didn't coordinate with her team, so he just showed up. So he couldn't see her. They're like, no. He's like, yeah, tapi I thought I'm cool, like with the security, and they're like, yeah, but you can't just walk in and see Taylor Swift. Anyway, I digress. Talk about my best friend a little later.
Yeah,
on.
I think a lot of like when you say community, like fan clubs,
Yeah.
things like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Apalagi also among K-pop stans,
Mhm.
they have a really, really, really strong sense of community also. So, like there's people who have never met in real life who are literally friends just because they like the same
Yep.
band or the
Mhm.
same artist. And I think that's a good thing, no? That's beautiful.
100%.
You can forge friendships just based off something like that.
Okay, so I think it sounds all great and rainbows and butterflies, tapi at the same time, a lot of people who have parasocial relationships kan, especially about young Hailey sama Selena, the way that 7-part series is going, although albeit very interesting, does not sound healthy. So can you tell me, do you think, menurut Ivanna, are all parasocial relationships healthy or beneficial?
Menurut gue, enggak. Parasocial relationships are healthy, but once they go beyond a certain line or
Yeah.
beyond some certain thing, it tends to become almost obsessive
Yeah.
and toxic, and sometimes it can even borderline dangerous for the artist and for the celebrity, and also for the person.
For
right?
sure.
Contohnya, kenapa? Kalau the Selena Hailey feud, what happens is over-identification.
Yeah.
So, orang-orang ini, penggemar-penggemar ini, they start projecting their own insecurities and their own wounds and rivalries onto these two artists, right?
Yeah.
And what happens is, it escalates the rivalry beyond reality, beyond real life. It doesn't actually affect these people personally, right? But they're so
Yeah.
invested in it because of that.
100%. And I think though it also maybe like warps your expectations lah. Kaya you compare your boyfriend to Harry Styles, or kaya you compare yourself to these celebrities. Jadi kaya it causes like a dissatisfaction with life. Karena it's like you take the highlight reel of what they show on social media and you apply it to your life. You apply it to other people in your environment. And you're like, why can't I be like that?
They even have a term. They coined a term for it in K-pop.
Apa itu?
Sasaeng fans. So these are basically stalker fans who literally stalk the celebrity and follow them, and pokoknya it's already borderline criminal activity.
Yeah.
Yeah, jadi bahaya banget kan buat the artist, but also like for the person, they could potentially get arrested, for things like that. So ada bahayanya lah pasti dari parasocial relationships.
Yeah.
It's something that is real and something that it's a real problem that a lot of influencers, celebrities, figures like that, they face these things.
Yeah. Tapi menurut aku, parasocial relationships tuh sangat bergantung dengan storytelling. Misalkan Taylor Swift sama Easter eggs, like, little things, or like Hailey and Selena, like, it's like a trope. Especially kaya with K-pop juga kan, yung kaya, oh my gosh, they went through all of this training, there's drama, there's like emotional investment in these people.
I think it then becomes easy buat penggemar-penggemar ini untuk taruh label on all these things. Going back to the example of Hailey and Selena, the underdog versus the villain, the ex versus the wife.
Yeah.
There's these tropes, right?
Exactly.
Stereotypes that people feed into. People relate to that, right?
Exactly.
People relate to that, and that's why they are so invested in it.
Yeah. Terus, do you know Dr. Julie Smith?
No, who's that?
I'm
Itu
obsessed with
siapa?
her. Obsessed with her. She's my buddy. No, she's
Your other friend?
my other best friend. Let's call her up, Julie and I. No, I'm kidding. She's a TikTok influencer who's like a therapist, and I trust everything she says. She could tell me the sky was purple. I'd be like, sounds good. Tapi basically, I think it's okay if you can use critical thinking skills, right? Tapi ada banyak banget kan yang suka googling informasi, cari di TikTok. Nah, parasocial relationships kind of get into like dangerous territory ketika orang tuh lebih percaya sama like their TikTok doctor, their TikTok therapist dibandingkan dengan dokter mereka yang sebenarnya, terapis mereka yang sebenarnya. Sehingga when your parasocial relationship overrides your critical thinking skills, that's when it becomes problematic.
Bahayanya itu apa? Kenapa? It's not to discredit these TikTok doctors.
Yeah.
Just because they're a doctor on TikTok doesn't mean that they don't have a degree. Their degree is very real. Then again, who would know you better? These doctors on TikTok who are talking generally to a mass audience, or your own doctor who literally knows your personal history, yang mengetahui riwayat medis you, mengenal everything about you, more about you, at least from than these doctors on TikTok.
For sure.
So I think it's important to know,
to
know the difference. You can listen to these TikTok doctors and you can take information from them, but I don't think your entire regimen or your entire treatment plan should be based plainly off that.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's not to say that I don't approve of these TikTok doctors. No. These TikTok doctors could be sharing a lot more and sharing, like, educating people on things that aren't talked about as much in real life, mengedukasi orang tentang misalnya topik-topik yang tabu, atau misalnya topik-topik yang kurang dibicarakan, and raise awareness for society. And I think that's a good thing. That's a great thing.
Yeah, for sure. Jadi I think at the end of the day, your parasocial relationship, whether it's healthy or not, tuh bergantung banget dengan what you get from it. Kalau misalkan dengerin Taylor Swift makes you feel a little bit better, atau scrolling on TikTok and listening to all of this celebrity gossip like makes you feel a little bit comforted after a long day of work, atau misalkan dengerin K-pop, ikutin cerita-cerita like fan stories, etc., makes you happy, that's okay. Tapi when it's overriding your real life friendships, when you feel so invested that it genuinely upsets you when something happens to someone you don't actually know, I think, or like you're just consistently checking on social media and how they are, and or you may also get into disagreements with people in real life over people you don't know. I think that's when you need to put your phone down, lock it, and disconnect just for a little bit.
Yeah, I think balik lagi, everything in moderation, right?
Everything
it's
in
okay
moderation.
to like all these artists and to like the art that they produce. Itu nggak apa-apa. Enjoy your idols, enjoy your artists, enjoy your celebrities, things like that. But at the end of the day, you also have to remember, harus ingat siapa orang-orang yang emang benar-benar ada di dalam hidup kita. Our friends, our family, don't neglect them, right? Don't neglect those relationships.
I think one of the most important things for us to take away is intimacy requires reciprocity. So, kaya, walaupun parasocial love can give us comfort, sense of community, and even feelings of healing, you need it to be mutual. So, it's like give to people who can also pour in, pour into cups who also pour into yours, etc.
I think it's something, kalau mau diibaratkan tuh kayak, I think parasocial relationships or parasocial love itu benar, itu nyata, itu real, but tidak utuh. It's incomplete.
Exactly.
Right.
100%.
So it's like dessert. It's great to have, it's nice to have, but you cannot live, it does not sustain you. You cannot just live off of desserts. Tiana, you cannot live off of desserts, I'm telling you.
It's your doctor speaking.
Yeah, it's your doctor speaking.
It's not enough to live on. It's sweet, it's satisfying, but it's not enough to live on. You still need to eat other things to fulfill all your nutritional needs.
Okay. Thanks, mommy.
Right. So I think that's what parasocial relationships are, yeah? Well, I'm really glad that we talked about this because I don't think we've talked about anything like this one before.
Not at all.
It's quite an interesting topic, parasocial relationships.
I feel very called out.
Girl, you exposed yourself. Nobody called you out.
Gotta check on my bestie Taylor after this.
I'm gonna call my bestie Taylor and cry after this. Can you believe Ivanna? Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and we hope you
Get well soon.
Mwah.